Hey, this is Meridith, Elliott, Powell, and yes, it is Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and it is time for what I hope is your favorite show, Sales Logic. I am here in the green room with my partner, Mark Hunter. How are you today, Mark?
Good morning, and if it's 9 a.m. in the East, it's 8 o'clock in the Central, 7 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Pacific time. You West Coast people, we know you're watching.
You had a good week, Mark?
Had a great week. Had some unusual stuff. Had a speaker who came down with COVID, and suddenly the event is scrambling, and I was able to step in, and it was actually a 6-hour event, but it worked, and it worked well for the client, worked well for me. I'm pleased. So
nice. It's nice to get to work that close to home, right?
Yeah, it was. It was literally a 2-hour drive. I have not done an event in the state of Nebraska in probably 3 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of
because
cool.
You got to get it on an airplane to be well known and respected.
That's right. That's right. Is the speaker doing okay that you had to fill in for?
I have no idea. I have no idea who. I know who the speaker is. I'd never heard of the person before, and so anyway, it was a pretty heavy duty project that they were coming in to do. And but anyway, I'm glad I was able to help out. I'm glad that it was one of those freak moments where the other clients I was working with were very amenable, and they said, sure, we can move this around. So it worked out for me to be able to do it. So
nice. All right, I'm going to hit this video and let's rock and roll because we got a good show planned for today.
Prospect with integrity, we will get customers who have integrity. Integrity is the foundation from which everything is built on.
You better understand value. But at the end of the day, sales is a relationship business. It is a people business. It is an emotional business.
This is Sales Logic.
This is Sales Logic. And again, I'm Meridith Elliott Powell hanging out here with my partner, Mark Hunter. We got a great show lined up today. Before Mark tells you what is on the agenda for today, I'm just going to quickly tell you how the show works. First of all, we always have an active audience. I already got a couple of people joining us already. So please comment. We will make sure you get onto the show. But every week we have a hot topic we are going to cover. We start the show with a question from you. That's right. We want you to be a part of this show. So if you have a question, please go to saleslogicpodcast.com or throw it out there on social media, #SalesLogic. We talk about a book that we really think you should be reading, you could gain a lot from, and to make sure that you get return on investment, we finish up with a lightning round, things that you can implement immediately. So Mark, what's on for today?
Well, what's on tap for today is leveraging referrals. Hey, could I ask you for a referral? Would you mind?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, so the topic really is referrals. How do I get them and how do I use them? Let's jump right to the question because the question comes from Gary in Crystal City. Can I go back to a customer I haven't talked to in months and ask for a referral?
Wow. Absolutely. You can. Now, I am going to assume that you did a really great job for this customer. I am going to tell you, you missed a golden opportunity because the best time to ask for a referral is when that customer is so just elated with the job that you have been, that you've done. But it's really easy to go back. I mean, if I picked up the phone, I hadn't talked to Mark in 6 months, I might pick up the phone and, I'd start off talking about Mark and say, Mark, hey, this is Meridith. I know that we hadn't touched base in a while. I just wanted to follow up. I wanted to see how things were going, if the project is still going well. And if Mark responds favorably, I'm going to continue that conversation a little bit. Then I'm going to say something like, Mark, I love working with customers like you. We're looking to grow and expand the business. So if you have anybody in mind, somebody you think it would be of value for me to talk with, I would love a referral and opportunity to connect with them. I'd be really grateful. And I'd set it up like that. What do you think, Mark?
Listeners far and wide, you've heard the answer. This ends another episode of Sales Logic Podcast. Yeah, spot on. You can go back to anybody. And like you said, you start off by having a conversation about them. and you let them talk. And invariably, if you've done a good job, they're going to talk about the job you did with them. They're going to talk about that. And you can continue to build on that. You can talk about that. And you know what's interesting? It really becomes a double win, because many times what happens is the customer will say, hey, by the way, we need to talk about this. I'm glad you called. We need to talk about that. You wind up getting more business from the client, the customer, and then you can sit there and say, hey, you know what? I really enjoy working with people like you. And I suspect you probably know some others. Hey, who might you connect me with? And however you word it in your terms, you word it in your language, you word it in whatever way that you feel comfortable with, because you know what you're doing? You're having a personal conversation. And that's what the key is. So you can reach back out. You can reach back out to somebody you haven't talked to in a year. You can reach back out to somebody you haven't talked to in 2 years. Shame on you for not staying in touch with you. There are some other Sales Logic podcast episodes you should be listening to, but we'll cross that on another day. No.
Yeah, there's a couple of other things. We are actually shooting this podcast on October 30th, 2021. I can't think of a better time to check back in than these last 2 months of the year. I mean, it's an easy excuse. It can sort of waive why you hadn't been in touch for 6 or 8 months. You can say it's end of the year, Mark. We hadn't. I know it's been busy for you, but before this year closes out, I just wanted to check in, see how things are doing, what you have scheduled for 2022, and then add in the referral piece from there. So I love the fact that we're doing this show on October 30th, because you basically have a built-in excuse or reason. It's smart to check in at the end of the year.
Because did you know that November is referral month?
Oh, I did not realize that.
Well, I just declared it as referral month. Actually,
okay. International Referral Month.
This is referral month. Now, here's why. And I'm going to pick up on what Meridith said. What I love doing is I love calling people in November and early December, thanking them for their business. Hey, you know what? It's been an absolutely amazing year. I want to thank you for being able to have the privilege to work with you this year. And they're going to be shocked that somebody's calling them up and thanking them for their business. And invariably, then what happens? You wind up creating this conversation around, hey, here's some other opportunities. And boom, you can then ask for referrals. It's a very comfortable, very easy way. But I love November referral month, because Meridith, I think you had May is follow-up month or something like that?
Yeah, I sort of declared the whole first quarter as
follow-up. The whole first quarter.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am declaring, because if you can, I can. Yeah. I'm declaring November as referral month, but it starts off by calling all of your customers. And you know what's interesting? You can even call prospects that never became customers. Hey, you know what? We had a privilege of talking, really got a chance to get to know you. And I know nothing ever really came of it. And I, still would love to do business with you. But I want to thank you, because it's been a wonderful relationship. And it's amazing how that, and you can only do it if you're genuine. Don't fake this. You got to do it if you're genuine. But it's amazing how you strengthen relationships. You create conversation. You create opportunities, not only additional opportunities with the person you're speaking to, but the opportunity for referrals. I love that approach.
So, Mark, I want to ask you about something that I hear kind of all over the map when it comes to referrals, and see where you fall on it. I have been told when asking for referrals to make it easier for the person I'm asking for to reach out and say, I see you're connected to, do you know these 3 people? And could you connect me specifically to these 2 or 3 people? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, sure. If there's somebody that you want to get to know, that's an easy way, because hey, you probably know this person. I'd love to get that's it. Certainly, that's an easy way. Now, if you're doing this by way of fishing on LinkedIn, excuse me, I'm sorry. That one kind of stresses me out, because I'm connected to thousands of people on LinkedIn, and I'm sure you are too. That you really have never met personally, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Can we say, yeah? So, I mean, I'll get people, hey, I see you're connected to so-and-so on LinkedIn. And I respond back. I go, yeah, I'm connected, but that's as far as the relationship goes.
Yeah. I've got somebody right now who's asking me for a referral. Like, the thing about referrals, I want to dive in deep here a little bit as we get into topics, is that referral asking is an emotional business. Like, you don't just run around asking everybody for referrals. First of all, you need to have done work, or these people need to know you in a professional manner. That's really important. I'm just going to give you a quick story. I've got somebody that I met through a friend of mine, is also a speaker, and he keeps calling me back and asking me for referrals into some of my clients. I've never seen him speak. We don't have any professional connection. I don't know if he's good or not. And the only time he ever calls me is when he wants a referral. And it's such an uncomfortable situation for me. Number one is because the person I know that connected us, I know really well. And that's like, so I don't want to disappoint my friend. At the same time, everything about asking for this referral is wrong. Number one, he is asking before ever investing in me. Number two, I never hear from him unless he wants an investment. And number three, I do not know where he is on a professional level. He's asking me to make a referral when I don't know if somebody is good or bad. So you need to remember that referrals are emotional. Like, you can call me and say, Meridith, could you introduce me to so-and-so? Because we have a long history. I've known Jack Hubbard for, oh my God, since I was like 30 years old. Jack Hubbard calls me and says, could you open a door to this? Or, I'd like to meet this person. That's easy for me because that emotional and professional relationship is there. And that's so important.
Now, I'm going to spin that around a little bit because I think you can ask for referrals from a personal standpoint. Now, here's why. If you know this person and from a value standpoint, from an ethical standpoint, from moral, from just who they are. And I've had this. I've had people who are starting out, like the insurance business, starting out, and they're like, they just need to talk to people about auto insurance or homeowners insurance. I connect them with people. I connect them with people who I know and who I believe. So those are kind of lower level. I got no problem doing that. I got no problem with people starting out in some industries doing that. Now, if what you're doing is like what you're describing, providing a real articulate professional service, yeah, I only refer people who I am very confident and very competent with. And when people call me and ask me for referrals, and I get this all the time, I sit there and say, you know what? I'd be happy to, but I really don't understand enough about the work that you do and how you do it. Maybe over the next year or two, we'll have a chance, and then I'd be happy to refer you. So I kind of punt the ball down the field, so to speak, because again, I'm only going to give somebody a referral if I absolutely believe in it.
Absolutely.
Because here's the piece. The last thing you want to do is refer somebody who it just does not work out. Now, there's a flip side of this. You got to ask yourself this question. How many referrals are you giving?
Yes.
Now, in the universe of referrals, you give before you get. And I challenge people. Oh, I want to get more referrals. I want to get more referrals. First question I ask them is, how many are you giving? And I've had some people that they look at you like, really? I'm supposed to? Well, I don't have anybody I can give them. I don't care about giving them a referral. Just get in the referral mindset.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how things happen. We got some great comments coming in.
Yeah, go ahead. And John's commenting on what you guys covered at the last sales mastermind. I was actually on stage and missed it, but you kind of hit a home run there, Mark.
Yeah, well, this was the whole thing that I was talking about, this whole November piece about really you have to have a referral approach, because here's the whole thing. We built the easiest way to build our business is through referrals. Let's not kid ourselves, because if people are going to be willing to give you the name, contact, something like that, and even go a step further and physically make the introduction for you, and hopefully we'll have time and I'll share the easy way that I do that. These are people who are already probably predisposed to buy from you. What does that mean? Boom, boom. You have the ability to garner them as a client, as a customer, faster than ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to say though, you know me, I'm going to talk about follow-up because given half a chance, I'll always talk about sales follow-up. Just because Mark refers me and he makes that connection, it doesn't mean it's the exact moment that person is ready to build relationship or ready to buy. So I love the fact that one thing I love about referrals is, number one is Mark gives me a referral, then his reputation is on it. So my credibility automatically went up. I get a name and I get contact information. And if I have those things, then I can continue to follow up until that moves into a sale. But I want to comment on the fact of, because I think one of the biggest takeaways from this show is something you just said. Really question, how many referrals are you giving? The fastest way to increase the number of referrals you get is to increase the number of referrals that you give.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a one-to-one. Hey, you
Yes.
give me one, I
No,
give you
not
one.
at all.
It's just throwing them out into the referral space. And it's amazing how it changes your mindset. Now, there's something else about referrals. When somebody gives me a referral, I treat them with honor and respect. I'm not going to pound on them every day. Hey, your name was given to me. I get it. No, I treat them with love and respect, because that other person's reputation is on the line. Now, here's something key. When you get a referral from somebody, you need to keep the referee up to date. In other words, if you gave me a referral and I contact them, we'll say, it's great. Hey, Meridith, thanks for that referral. I was able to connect. With her. It's great. We're having some great conversations. Now, how do you feel? You feel great. You feel, hey, I'm glad it's working out. If it turns into a professional relationship, great. I keep you informed. If it doesn't, I still keep you informed. Yeah. But you owe it to the person who gave you the referral to keep them informed. And you know what I found? You do that. And you know what's interesting? If you get the referral turns into a customer, they go, wow, that was pretty good. Hey, you know what? I got some more names for you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I've seen this happen. Oh man, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me give you the name of somebody else. They almost have this little guilt complex. And I've had that with me when people have used it. I mean, yeah, because again, what I found is when you hang out with people who want to help people, it's amazing what happens.
Absolutely. The other thing I think you need to think about, I love this because we're really getting deep on referrals, is because I'm thinking about this referral that, Mark, I've got coming up for you, one we have talked about and one that we have discussed. And I'm getting ready to turn some work in to this client, something that they really want from me and really want delivered. And I'm finishing it up this weekend. So what I've done is I've paved the road with Mark. I've had the discussions a couple of times with them, but now I need to make the email introduction, because what I ultimately want to do is get me out of the middle so that Mark, because I don't know how long this is going to take to close. So to get Mark into the position where he can start the relationship. But the timing of when I do that is really critical. So I'm getting ready to turn this work in tomorrow. In fact, I'm finishing it up today. I'm going to turn that in, send it all over to him. He's going to be thrilled because I beat my deadline. Then the next email going out is the introduction to Mark. See, the value of that is they're like, wow, like she just over delivered. She beat the deadline, which quite frankly, the deadline they didn't think I was going to be able to meet. Like, he was really thrilled that I even agreed to it. But it's like, it's all positioned that way. So think about that too. Like, don't necessarily think of quantity of emails, really think about quality. Because if you can land somebody a really good piece of business, it's good for them. It's good for your client. Everybody's happy.
Everybody wins. And the way you connect by way of email, there's a number of, one very simple way that I do is I've got two people who, say I've referred you to somebody else. I'll send that person an email. I'll copy you on it. Hey, I know this person, great person, enjoy working with them. I think she'd be a great asset to your company. Here's her website. And oh, by the way, here's your website. And hey, I'll let the two of you handle it from here. And that's it. It's like a 3-sentence email. And that's it. Very, very easy. And what people like about it is it's personal. It's not stuffy. It's not like some formal text. No, it's just very personal. And I love to say, okay, hey, I'm done here. I'll let the two of you run with it from here. and
Yeah.
boom.
And they take it. You know, I think too, if you want somebody to send you referrals, if you'd like to, you know, Mark kind of alluded to this a little bit at the beginning, and they don't know you professionally, find a way for them to get to know you professionally. I mean, for Mark and I, that's a little bit easier. We can invite people to a speaking engagement to see a speak or something. But if, you know, if your business doesn't allow that, ask them to coffee, ask them to get on a video, kind of walk them through your model, take the time to get to know. Take the time to, you know, for them to get to know you and for you to know them. But don't expect people to give you a referral if they don't understand that when they make that connection, it's going to be really good for their customer.
See, that brings up something very interesting. You don't always have to get referrals from current clients or current customers or people you've worked with. These can be people who you just know very well professionally. You know, we all have a networking, a referral network of people who know us very, very well. And we can use them for referrals and we give them referrals. And it's a great reciprocal agreement. What I don't like is this whole thing of, oh, hey, the Chamber of Commerce is having an after hours mixer. And let's go get all these leads. And the only people that show up are financial planners, insurance people, real estate people, and attorneys. And all they do is exchange business cards amongst each other. You know what? That's not referrals. That's just trading business cards. That's not going anywhere.
Mark, what's on tap for the book this week?
Well, hey, the book is from our good friend, and we got to do a shout out to our good friend Bill Cates because he's the master. He says, when can you ask for a referral? Anytime, right after you've delivered value. The book we're highlighting from Bill Cates, Don't Keep Me a Secret. And it's all about how you warm up your clients, warm up other people to be referring you proactively into other opportunities.
You know, if you do not know Bill Cates, you really need to get to know Bill Cates. He is the master of referrals. I'm going to put his book up here in a second, but he works mainly in the financial services industry, but all of his information can be easily applicable to whatever industry you're in. He's got unbelievable content on his website, really great online courses and things like that. Jack Hubbard says, as a board member of a bank, I won't go to a meeting and collect a fee without providing a quality referral. I love that, Jack. They have to wish that every other board member was like that, because that's one of the biggest values of a board, is being able to come in and saying, hey, here's a door I can open for you because you believe in that institution and you see that as the role. The beautiful thing about giving referrals is it will grow your own business. If you are seen as somebody who reaches out and invests in other business. I got to tell you, one of our speaker friends, Ross Bernstein, I mean, he's the king of giving referrals, of recommending you for something. And everybody recommends Ross. Now, Ross is amazing on stage. He's unbelievable on stage. He provides so much value. He's easy to refer, but he doesn't rely on that. He gives. And because he gives, he gets.
And he is more focused on giving than he is on getting. And as a result, he gets a tremendous amount. Yeah, it really is. And you know what's interesting? What makes that work is also the personality. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. Referrals are emotional. You heard Meridith say it earlier in the show, and they are. And emotions are reflected around your personality. So you're right. I mean, I've had people who are emotionally connected with me because they're good friends. I'm much more likely to refer them because I understand who they are. And there are others, not so much. You're right. Hey, in the interest of time, we should jump to the lightning round.
Oh gosh, ready? I almost forgot about the lightning round. I do want to draw everybody's attention to Bill Cates.
Yes.
Don't Keep Me a Secret. Check him out. Go to his website, billcates.com. You can find the book there. You can find it on Amazon, but really check him out if you want to know more about referrals. All right, lightning round.
And maybe we could give him some referrals right now.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, lightning round. Best practices in the handling of referrals.
Best practices in the handling of referrals. Well, number one is what we have said. You better give to get.
Keep the person who gave you the referral up to date all the way through the process.
Really make a list of who you have asked for referrals and make sure that you give thank yous to them. And then make a list of who you really go back in the year and look at who you need to ask for a referral.
Be appreciative of every referral you get. Remember, referrals are emotionally driven, personally built. You have to make sure that you allow your personality to come through.
Treat a referral like a fragile egg. If you get the business, you better be ready to over deliver. Even because you want to make sure that you make that person shine who gave you the referral.
Referrals don't just come from clients or customers. They can come from others who know you very well.
Yeah, I would say that you need to have a plan for how you're going to ask for a referral. You need to think about the fact that you want to invest in the other person, learn about them. I'm just not going to call Mark on the phone and say, we haven't talked in a while. Can you give me a referral?
Before you even begin to think about getting referrals, set yourself a weekly goal, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, of referrals you're going to give each week.
That's a great idea. Ask for a referral at the time that you delivered service. Make it the last piece. Just get into that habit that it's the last piece of the business is to ask for a referral.
You have a sales funnel, you put prospects into a funnel, and you have a referral funnel. It is different. Do not put your people who are referred to you in the same funnel that you would prospect. Because again, go back to what Meridith said. You got to treat them like a fragile egg.
Yeah. Don't always think that asking for a referral is asking for a referral for yourself. That you may be in a pool of people that you could ask for a referral to help somebody else's business grow. It truly is a growth, a growth mindset.
I'll share one more, you share one more, and we'll close it down. One of the things that I like doing is you ask somebody, hey, what makes a good referral for you? Tell me the type of customer you're looking for. And it's amazing when you ask them what type of customer they're looking for, they'll naturally get thinking, oh, maybe there's somebody I should refer to you.
Make sure that you keep in mind that referrals are emotional. Don't go out on LinkedIn and look at people's connections and ask them to make connections for you. Ask yourself before you ask for any referral, why would this person refer me and why would they feel comfortable to refer me?
And I love Jack Hubbard's comment there. Takers eat well, givers sleep better. I love that. So true. Hey, great episode. We got people from Egypt.
I know, it's fabulous. We've had a great crowd this morning.
We've got a great crowd and podcast, Spotify, iTunes, however you listen to podcasts, make sure you check us out there. Hey, want to say thank you for listening to Sales Logic this week. If you like what you hear, subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast app. If something we've said has earned you a single dollar, consider telling a friend about our show. It's how we grow to help you grow. I'm Mark Hunter.
And I'm Meridith Elliott Powell.
Remember, when you sell with confidence and integrity,
uncertainty suddenly becomes your competitive advantage.
And the sale becomes logical.
All right. Thanks, everybody. You have been amazing today. And join us right here, 9:00 Eastern, 8 a.m. Central next Saturday morning. We'll dive into another topic around sales. If you have a question, just reach us at saleslogicpodcast.com or throw it out there on social media, #SalesLogic. We are grateful for you and excited to talk about more sales next week. We'll see you next Saturday.